Hi guys, Sheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate, and I am coming to you with the July monthly market update. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to cover 3 different scenarios: buyers, sellers, and homeowners. All right, let's get started right now. Buying right now is the best time to buy. Look, for years, everybody has been talking about how they don't want to buy it when the market is just out of whack. And it has been out of whack. And for the first time, we've started to see it simmer down. But now that it's simmering down, buyers are starting to have doubt. Look, nobody buys a home, and I shouldn't say nobody. Typically, homeowners that are buying a home to put a roof over their head are not buying a home for a quick flip. They are buying a home for at least a 3 or more year term. If it is less than 3 years, renting is a better option for you. But again, most homeowners are used to having, first of all, control over those monthly costs. You're not answering to a landlord. You're not answering to inflation. You are in control. You have the tax benefits of being a homeowner. Now, yes, you do have some of those repairs, but long-term history has shown that home ownership is financially a better investment. If you look at even those of you who have had a little bit of PTSD, who may have purchased a home 20 years ago, and we saw the values just go completely out of whack, and then they came back down. And yes, it was a very hard time. But those same exact homes today, if you had stayed in the home for 5, 10, 15 more years, look at the equity that you would have earned. So long-term, real estate has always been a very solid investment, even during the world's craziest market crash last time, which this is not the case. Today's buyers right now have a lot more choices. We are seeing inventory numbers, depending on the area, go up as much as 50%. Of normal inventory. Now, what does that mean? That we're still 50% short? Don't forget, we have one of the healthiest job growth markets that we've ever had. Despite inflation numbers, we have seen month over month incredible job creation. And guess where most of those have been and will be? Right here in the greater Phoenix area. Also, right now for buyers, we can ask for concessions. Look, a year ago, buyers were throwing an extra $50,000 or $100,000 at the home on top of the inflated price. Now you no longer need to go in above appraised value, and we can even ask the sellers to do a couple of things. We can ask them to pay for your closing costs. We can ask for them to pay for repairs. How about that, guys? No longer are you going to get icky homes that are subpar condition. We can also ask them to buy down your interest rate. In fact, if you are already working with us and my lender, the amazing Eddie Cristerna, one of our wholesale lenders that are just incredible here in the greater Phoenix area, he will not only have incredible rates, he will pay your closing costs up to $4,000. So no longer, you never really had needed 20% down. Don't forget, you can get a home loan with as little as 3% down. And again, using our wholesale lender, the mortgage insurance is minuscule compared to what you'll find with other brokerages and retail banks. So if you haven't already spoken to us, pick up that phone. We talked about better terms. You can get inspection periods, negotiating repairs. You're going to get better quality homes. And again, over time, you are going to see the benefit. Now, the market right now, because we've seen a decline of buyer demand and an increase of inventory, we are starting to see a lot of panic sellers, and let's talk about sellers in just a second. But now is the window. Now is the window. This is only going to be around probably for about 6 to 12 months. I'm not suggesting you go out and buy right now. It's a little tiny window, but if you haven't started to put your ducks in a row to purchase a home in the next 6 to 12 months, now is the time to start doing that. It's a fantastic time to buy. Now let's transition over to sellers. Oh my goodness, you guys are like freaking out and panicking. Think about it though. You have ridden the appreciation trail for years. You've soaked it up. You've worked the buyers over every which way but loose. And let me tell you right now, if you are really thinking of selling, it's really about using the right real estate team. No longer are 3-day sales gimmicks, no showings, and discount realtors. Let me tell you, discount realtors are going to get you discount results. So let's talk about those sellers, where they're at right now. Using the screen, it'll tell you what's been happening and what's going to be happening over the next couple of months. Those sellers that stay ahead of the curve instead of chasing the market are going to prevail. So if you're thinking of selling your home, here is 7 quick, easy steps on how to have a successful sale. Number 1, you're going to want to do those deferred repairs. Take care of those things. Even if they're little things that don't bother you, those are the type of things that add up and really deter buyers in today's market. Number 2, purge. Purge, 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 purge. There is no reason for you to keep hanging on to this junk, this overflow of collectibles. Let me tell you, I have a closet underneath my staircase that I had coats hanging in, and I didn't realize until I moved all those coats how much stuff I had behind there, and I hadn't touched it in years. So even if you're not thinking of selling, make sure you start purging as early as possible. This also means decluttering. Now, if you are going to be selling your home, you're obviously going to pack up anyways. So start picking up all those little tiny knickknacks, personal pictures, things that you don't really need. All right, number 3, you're going to clean your home. And I mean clean your home. I mean inside and outside. I'm talking about power washing. I'm talking about window washing. I am talking about scraping your stem wall on an annual basis anyways, and repainting it so that it's protected from the elements of the water and also the heat. Clean your house. I am talking about the nooks, the nitty gritty. If you haven't thought about painting your home, now's the time. Okay, number 4, this is where using the right realtor really counts. All right. The right realtor is going to make sure your home shows at its greatest potential. What does that mean? It means some form of staging. Now, if you use my services, I pay for the staging. If you still live in your home, what we'll do is we'll come in and we will declutter your home. We'll have you pack away or move some of the items that wouldn't necessarily show as well online. And then we will bring in some of our smaller decor, furniture touches, etc., in order to accelerate your home. If your home is vacant, we will actually pay for a professional designer to come in and stage your home from top to bottom. So your home will show at its greatest potential. If you don't think staging doesn't make a difference, you're wrong. It'll make thousands of dollars of difference. All right, number 5. There's a lot of steps here, isn't there? Photos. Let me tell you, any realtor right now that's offering to do just photos just isn't doing enough. Definitely MLS photos are out. If you are not on my Facebook page, I love to find or love to share the finds I see on MLS that are just shocking. Let me tell you, it makes a difference. I can't tell you how many times where I've handpicked a home, which now buyers have an opportunity to do so. And I say, trust me, I know this neighborhood, I know this floor plan, the pictures are really bad, you really can't see the potential. But I'll tell you, more often than not, buyers can't see that and they can't visualize. So between the staging and professional photos, it's very important. And here's what's more important than just professional photos: drone photos and drone video. Let me tell you why. It's no longer just about the interior of the home. It's also about the area and the neighborhood. And you can only capture that with drone photos and video. All right. Number 6, we're getting up there, aren't we? Using the right real estate team, you want to make sure that they have a marketing plan, advertising, and they'll be doing open houses. That doesn't necessarily mean that they themselves have to do an open house, but let me tell you, using a single solo agent, you're going to find that you might love that agent, but that agent is pulled into 5 different directions at the same time, especially if they're juggling more than one listing or one buyer. And how can they be in a multiple locations at the same time? Using a team has never been more effective, more efficient, and a higher return than ever before. All right, number 7, lucky number 7. Sellers, you're going to have to pay full commission. Let me tell you, there has been a commissionectomy is the word that we have used over the last many years. And I am telling you right now, If you are cutting buyer agent commission and listing agent commissions, it will wind up costing you more in your pocketbook. It makes a difference if you're offering a 3% to that buyer agent, and it makes a difference if you're paying a listing agent to be a true listing agent at 3%. Look, do you want to save $1,500 to $2,500 on the commission side and lose $10,000 to $20,000 on the buy side? Think about it. You're not saving money, you're losing money. Homeowners, first of all, congratulations. You got into a home. You've already earned a ton of appreciation, even if you've only purchased a home 6 months ago. And you also have a low interest rate. Well, let me tell you, you're still going to have to work for this. Otherwise, it's going to wind up biting you in the butt in the future. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You need to maintain your homes more so than ever. Look, if you purchased a home in the last few years, chances are the previous owner didn't bring it up to current maintenance, meaning maybe it still needs a new roof. Maybe it needs a new AC unit. That's a big one. That's a big one. Also pools. When was the last time it had been replastered? If you're going to replaster, maybe you should look at remodeling and moving over to a Pebble Tech, which is what I'm doing as well. Also pool equipment. Maybe you need a whole new pool equipment, and that didn't make sense, but a whole pool setup, that's going to be about $2,000. What about new windows? Let me tell you, depending on how old your home is, windows are becoming quite the conversation lately because we had such an influx of homes being built in the 90s and the early 2000s. And the majority of these homes needs one of those 4: roof, AC, pool, windows. Start thinking about it, getting some quotes, and planning for those purchases. You're going to want to get ahead because what's going to happen over the next, like I said, 4 to 5 years, when we were talking about buyers, why it's a good time to buy, it's going to stay a nice, steady, balanced market, pretty darn close. We'll see a moderate appreciation, but what this means is when you go to sell, if you haven't stayed up to date on these things or caught up from where it should be today, you're going to wind up paying for it when you go to sell the home. All right, guys, Sheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate. And as you can see, we can help both buyers and sellers. If you're thinking about buying in the next 6 to 12 months, if you're thinking of selling in the next 6 to 12 months, sooner or later, don't hesitate. Pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send me an email, days, nights, weekends. We got your back when you are doing anything real estate in Phoenix. All right, till next time, I'll see y'all soon. Bye.